Hey guys, this is a quick follow-up to my previous video on 10 gigabit networking. Let me begin by reiterating there are tons of these types of videos coming out these days, and each person uses a different methodology. I'm not using Cat5 or Cat6 cables with upgraded RJ45 10 gigabit ports because, one, those types of routers are very hard to find, and in addition, they are expensive. And finally, the network cards for your computers are hard to find. So just for a recap, you should know I'm using fiber cables plus with SFP plus connectors. This setup has its strengths and its weaknesses. The fiber cable I bought at mono price was for a very reasonable price at almost 50 feet. The connectors are about the price of the cable. So for a 50-foot fiber optic cable with connectors is about 30 bucks. But for the most part, you are guaranteed 10 gigabit networking, whereas if you get the Cat 6 or 7 cables, you could end up with a bad batch, as you can see in this Fstoppers video.
I don't know if it's cheap cables, I don't know if it's the length of the cables, but it seems like the new Cat 7 cables that we bought, if they are 200-foot cables, will not transfer 10 gigabit speed.
The drawback with SFP Plus is compatibility. Some of the brands of SFP Plus cards do not want to talk with some brands of SFP Plus switches. So in my last video, I had a 10 gigabit fail and I blamed it on the monoprice fiber cables. So I contacted Monoprice, and at no charge they sent me a new cable. I plugged in the new cables into the switcher and then the other into the server, and what I got was a total fail. As you can see, there are no lights coming from the indicators on either the switcher or the card. What that means to me is there is not a signal going between them. So what are the chances you would get two bad cables? Very small. So I have to assume it's not the cables. So through process of elimination, I have to look at the multi-mode adapters. I have these 4 Fstars multi-mode to SFP Plus adapters, and I have attached them to each of the 2 cables that I got. I swapped them all around. They all failed, so it's not the adapters. Next to look at is the switchers, but I highly doubt the SFP Plus ports on the switchers, which are able to see the adapters, and using the SWOS software in the router, everything looks fine. I see no errors or nothing. So I'm banking on the switcher is fine. So the next thing I have to look at is the card. And I think, as I had indicated in the last video, these cards are known to ship DOA. I brought a Melanex SFP Plus card from my unraid server back in December of last year, and I'm just now getting around to testing it out with this experiment. So it's very possible this card is either incompatible or DOA. I'm leaning towards incompatible instead of DOA. Why? Because my Windows VM on my unraid server recognizes the Melanex card as 10 gigabit, and the unraid server sees the Melanex card as well. However, there are 2 types of Melanex cards, one that's marked as Ethernet port and one that is not. Let me show you on eBay. So this may be a total newbie mistake, but the card I bought is marked as product type HBA. The other has no such description, although it's the same make and model and everything. It says single SFP Plus. Both have the same branding. Could there be a difference between the one marked HBA and the one marked single SFP Plus? Sometimes minor things like that can make all the difference. The other thing to consider also is that the Connect X3 is the newer model in the same line. Maybe that's more compatible. So I think my first course of action is to go out and get this other SFP Plus card. I had to buy a new one anyway. So this Connect X2 SFP Plus by Melanex, I'm going to get it. I'm going to throw that in, and that's going to be my next video. Once I order the card and it gets here, I will do a video and let you know what happens. If you like this video, please like and subscribe with the buttons below. And if you guys can think of something else that might be going wrong here, please don't hesitate to leave a comment below. Just before I go, I want to send another quick note about a new series I'm doing. It's called How Did I Do? Series basically looks at interesting videos that I find online or on YouTube, and I try and do what they do. Mostly because it's either a cooking video, which I like to cook and I like to eat, or it is a video with technology like this unraid video where I actually like to build things and actually like to set up servers and stuff like that. So in the first video, I'll be installing a bunch of these. This is the Mysmartblinds. They're automated blinds that work with any possible blinds according to the manufacturers of Mysmartblinds. You can get them with any 2-inch or 2.5-inch blinds. They'll work with them, and then you can set them on a schedule and everything else. You can find a lot of videos nowadays on YouTube with this Mysmartblinds. Some of the YouTube videos are older YouTube videos. Some address problems. I'm very curious to see if some year or 2 years later those problems have been addressed by the manufacturers and rectified. So that is going to be the thrust of that video and that series of videos. I have never done anything like this video before, so if you guys are interested, that video will be up on vtip.com. That's v-tip.com. And I hope it will be really entertaining and informative, and maybe folks will actually go out and do videos like this and check out Mysmartblinds or whatever it is I'm cooking, and it will inspire people to get active and start doing their own videos. So until next time. Oh, by the way, in the next video I'll let you know when that video is up and running. So until the next video, thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you in the next one.